What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at this Pokemon Charizard action figure. This thing is actually really cool. It's from the Pokemon company. On the back it shows you get what other Pokemon come in this series. So part of series 1 you have Greninja, Articuno, Rayquaza, and of course the Charizard we just got. Right here we have the Pokemon company logo with Pikachu here. So this is currently the series 1. So this thing looks awesome. I can't wait to get in and look into it. Right here on the side, we got the Charizard right here. And then on the other side, we have the box opens up to the side from the front, the window. So we got tip of his wings, his tail, and that flame on the end of his tail. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at this Charizard. Alright, so now we have the Charizard out of the box. This thing is amazing. Just looking at it and feeling it as I took it out, it is amazing. He does come with a clear base and a stand to help him stand on the base to make it seem like he is flying. So let's go ahead and put these to the side and actually take a look at this figure. This is an amazing figure. So we have multiple points of articulation in this figure. I can't believe how much articulation is in this figure, but let's look at the actual whole figure as, by itself. So first off, this head sculpt is amazing with amazing detail. Just look at the eyes. The eyes are not painted, actually. They're stickers, which I kind of like that because it gives it a more sharper look than actual paint. Granted, paint looks more realistic, but because this isn't a realistic looking figure, it's more of an animated kind of figure, the sticker actually helps it look better. The paint in the tongue looks good. There is a little bit of smearing of paint inside there. The teeth look great. Everything about that looks amazing on that head sculpt. That is a really good head sculpt with the look, with the his little eyebrows of his angry looks too. That's like everything about that is great. The jaw opens and shuts. Wow, that is awesome. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that it opens and closes. The paint on his stomach is really good. It's just the basic lighter color here than the red. You got the almost like a green. It does look good. There's no run-on or any of that or any scuffs. There is a slight, let me raise it up so you can see, slight scuff right here on his right stomach, but other than that, everything looks good. That hole right here is for the peg to have him look like he's flying. The tail is actually a pretty nice tail and articulation all the way down through the tail, along with that flame tip at the end. His wings have actually a pretty good wingspan. Like it's pretty far out there. You're looking at least a 6, maybe 8-inch wingspan. His wingspan is about as the height of the actual figure, and has also a full articulations for the wings. So yeah, speaking of articulation, let's go ahead and take a look, starting with the head, at his articulation. So first up, you have of course the articulation of his mouth. So his has a hinge for his jaw, so his mouth can open and close. Up, down. No side to side, but he does a full rotations. But he does have the up and down. His neck also up, down, full rotation, but again, no side to side. But if you do want a side, which I like the fact that there is double articulation right here, is if you do want to have a side rotation, you can turn it like this and then like that. So that way he can have a kind of cranking his head sideways. So you can use that for it. So that is one good thing. So it doesn't really necessarily need the side to side, because of the fact the up and down here, you can turn it and then turn his head back to give it that side arch, like leaning his head like he's looking around something. So down to the shoulders, you have the full rotation, and you have up and down articulation. So he has a full arm's length. He also has the articulation of a rotation here at the bicep. He's got double jointed elbows, which is awesome for any figure. His hands, there is no real much articulation. It looks like it's a ball joint because you can get full kind of rounded rotation on it. So it does look like his hands are on a ball joint. Down to his legs, he does have hip articulation. It's just up and down. He does not open much, so he cannot do any kind of form of splits or any opening, so it's just back and forth of a walking motion. He does have some articulation right here in the shin, and he does have ankle articulation. Onto his back, his wings, you've got the open and close articulation. Then his wings can fold in, so you have 2 points of articulation per wing to make it seem like he is flapping his wings, to give it that more of an arch of flying, so it isn't a stiff, so it isn't a stiff flap, so you can look like you're flapping his wings. That gives you that more of a flow of flapping, which that is really cool. I like the fact that they gave him that. I love the fact there's so much articulation on this figure. This figure is just, again, beyond amazing. Tails. The tail has 4 points of articulation, which that is beyond awesome. You have the base of the tail, which goes all the way straight flat down. As you can see, it is a completely flat tail. Goes to a straight point. You also have the bend here, so it can curve up right here. You have the mid-range tail, also articulation. And then at the very end, the fire, I wish it did spin, but it doesn't. I wish it had like a ball joint, but no. So you have the fire at the end. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fire. I do see some issues right here of scuffing of paint. This looks good. Looks like some more scuffing here. Almost seems like the fire was done like real quick. Here's more scuffing. Yeah, the fire on the tip of his tail does have a lot of scuffing on it, which is too bad, but I mean, it's not something that will ruin the figure. Like, this figure is like amazing beyond that, and it's not even something you'd quite pay attention to. It is like just little light scuffings on the flame on the tip of his tail, because the flame, it accents the figure. It's not the main attraction of the figure. The figure itself is the main attraction. That fire is just secondary. It just accents it. But all in all, everything about this figure is amazing. The articulation, the style, just everything about it. It has this real look of the cartoon while still looking like a good, realistic figure. The parts of articulation can put it in so many different poses and movements and flight. And the standing of it looks great. I have not set it up for flight yet to see what it looks like up in the air and stuff with the base and all that, but it'll probably look just as good. But the amount of detail and the amount of articulation they put in it and the thought process in creating this is just amazing. I do looks like right here, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, right in there, there's looks like something is cracked, or if that's extra plastic, like flashing sticking out behind his hips. But other than that, I don't see any other issue. Let me look. Yes, it looks like, see how you can see right here? That piece is set in, and then right here, that piece looks like it's broken off right there. Yeah, I can feel it. It's really loose. Yeah, so that looks like there's a piece on the inside that is broken. So, but other than that, it doesn't affect the figure at all. It doesn't change the way it looks. It doesn't affect anything. The figure looks great still. It's still, oh, I did not notice that. Okay, so on the ankle, not only is it back and forth, it does have the swivel side to side articulation. So that is really good. So yeah, all in all, this figure is amazing. I just can't get over how great this figure is. Yeah, I would definitely display him with the mouth open. It's just closed, he looks good, but open, it just looks its best open. With his mouth wide open like he's growling or something, that's the best way to have your figure. Definitely have it open, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely try and pick up one for yourself. I know Sleeping Collectibles picked up his, and that's I do have a video of a hunt where I picked it up, and like I said in there, Sleeping Collectibles was the one that, you know, I found out about it, so definitely check him out. But man, this figure is just beyond amazing. I love everything about this figure. This thing is super cool. So if you ever get a chance to find one, definitely pick it up. It's definitely worth being in the collection. So yeah, so here is my Charizard from the Pokemon Company figure review. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see other figure reviews, check out my videos, or I have a playlist down below too of all my reviews, toy hunts, and stuff like that. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.